What is up, everybody? How is everybody doing tonight on the Grey Exchange? I hope everybody's doing well. I'm just kind of giving a glance around to make sure everything is good on my end and everything is looking good. All right, so tonight is definitely going to be an open forum tonight. I'll explain why here in a second, but let me say hi to a few of you folks in chat. So before I refresh the screen and catch up to my live stream. All right, who do we have in chat so far tonight? We have Pure Blood Prepper, good to see you. Potato Head, how you doing? Occam's Razor. Colleen Rich, Coffee First and Speak, Fat Man, Minuteman 69, Ark Wildman in the house. Howdy, brother. Little Miss Prepper, Barbara. Oh, and Barbara, thank you so much. Little Miss Gray, the gift that you sent in, and I don't have it to show, unfortunately, because she took it all. She's very excited. She loved what you sent. So truly appreciate that, Barbara. It is very kind of you. So that is awesome. Thank you so much for that, Barbara. Or not even, why do I always mess this up? For some reason, I get Barbara and Donna mixed up. man, oh man. Here, let me take another sip of this elderberry and Indonesia tea. My apologies, Barbara. And thank you, Donna. Donna, sorry so much. I do apologize, but Donna sent that. So I truly appreciate that, Donna. My apologies. I don't have things in front of me, so I don't have names to go by. All right, what's up, JT? Mama Bear, J15. Okikon. Hopefully I got that right. All right, who else do we have in here? Let me see. Just trying to scroll by. What's up, JT? Did I say what's up, Fat Man? I hope I did. Van City Prepper. Angela, good to see you. All right, who else do we have in here? Let's see, man, you guys were chatting up for a minute, huh? Teresa Atkins, good to see you. Let's Talk Prepping. Joyce, how you doing tonight? Dale, good to see you as well. Ann Edwards, Mrs. Terry, good to see you. Teresa Atkins is also here. Susan Peters, Jen G. And I know this. What's up, Jan? Harvey Black, B. Walker. All right, who else do we have? All right, Sandy Crabtree, good to see you. And I'm going to address that stuff here in a minute. KT, hey, how you doing tonight? All right. Let me see. Who else do we got? Sin99. Rena LaRue, Seabass. Big Dog. Love the name. Sandy Crabtree. Pony Girl. Southern Sown and Grown. Passamaquoddy. Dr. Eric Kessel. Let me see. Christopher Alexander. Angie. S. Moore. Wow, S. Moore, good to see you. How you doing? S. Moore, did you ever get the stuff that I sent you? Because I know the post office said it was going to take forever, but I do have tracking. If you haven't gotten it yet, please let me know. Angry Wreck-It Ralph, Roger that. Who else do we have in here? Let me see. I'm probably going to miss a bunch of people, I think. And Edwards, Dreams Acres, Yarn Prepper, good to see you. Ms. Me Today, Harvey Black. I think I got everybody. If I missed you, I do apologize. Karen Leslie, good to see you as well. Vanta Ryder, Julie F. Thank you, Julie. I appreciate that. Mona She Prepping. Bizza Rizza Fluffy Otter. D14, Mark Witcher. All right, folks. All right, I'm going to refresh this here so I can get me a fresh screen. And while that's doing that, I want to say, yes, prayers to all the folks out there. There's a lot of folks that are having issues out there. I mean, you got Tim the Prepping Preacher, you got Barbara, you got JT's husband, a lot of folks. What's up, Bringer of Change? Jennifer Cruz, Sunset Hosta Farm from Ohio. I'm trying to keep you guys as you come in, say what's up to y'all. A little late, was cooking. How are you? Ragnar, we're doing pretty good. We just started, man, so you're good to go, bud. You're good to go. Frontier Prepper Solo, everyone listening, currently working. You're working, huh, Billy? That's always fun. Or D, it could be either one, but D's usually home, so I'm assuming it's Billy. Let me see here. I'm just going to see if, yeah, North Shore as well. There's so many folks going through it. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. What's up, Magic Prepper? Good to see you. How you doing? Everybody wish Magic a good hello there. Magic is an awesome person. I'm trying to see if I missed anybody. Michelle. Mary Michelle. There we go. Got that one right. Pink Southern Girl, good evening. Bonnie Bethel. All right. So first of all, I want, like, again, thank you, Donna, for what you sent my daughter. That was very kind of you. I truly appreciate that. She's ecstatic. I guess it was a gift for her and the cat Miracle. She really enjoyed that. What's up, Brad Miller? I'm here for the pie and punch. Right on, brother. Right on. Let me see. What's up, Brian Keith? How you doing? Got to get crap done. I hear you, Brian. It happens, man. It happens. Also, I do want to share something with you guys. Heck, how many of you guys have your wife just come in and hand you stuff? Literally, she hands me she just hands me bags of dryer lint because she knows that I'll take this and turn it into fire starting material. Not that you can't just do it by itself, but I like to make the little cakes and whatnot. She just, hey hubby, here's some dryer lint that I've been collecting for you. It's great to have the whole family on the whole preparedness thing, right? Let me see. What's up, Milo on the ready? Yeah, I hear you driving, man. What's up, Airborne Prepper? Good to see you. Matter of fact, I need to put my dog tags in because I know there'll be somebody on there that'll try to freeze frame and get my information. You made me think about that, Airborne, also known as our tent life. Yeah, right, Magic. It does look kind of funny on there. It does look kind of funny. Oh boy. All right, so Montana Sky, good to see you. Two things I want to do before we get into any type of discussion. Like I said, it's going to be an open forum tonight. We're going to just talk about whatever. I got 99 problems, but I want one right on Bizza Rizza Jizza. Oh boy. So I got a card from Elaine Morris. It says, this is one of those times when saying thank you doesn't seem like enough. That's the card there, folks. It did go out of focus for a second. And Elaine sent me some stuff. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you about two of them and then show you one of them. It says, but it says, thank you for waking us up, educating and entertaining us. You are so appreciated, Elaine Morris. So thank you so much, Elaine, for that. But Elaine also sent me a elderberry cutting that I put into the ground. So that's in the ground. And also she sent me a comfrey cutting as well. And I put both of those into the ground. Now, Elaine also sent me one of her kits. I guess Elaine makes these elderberry syrup kits here. And she sent me this, and it has all the directions on the back. And Elaine, if you come across this video or if you can email me, I do want your recipe. Since you sent me this, I want to follow your recipe when I put this together. Might even do a video on it, Elaine. So I think that'd be kind of cool. It says dried elderberries, rose hips, dried ginger, cinnamon cloves, echinacea root, and astragalus root. So thank you so much for that, Elaine. Let me see. Paper egg cartons are good to mix with the lint. Roger that. Did I miss S. Moore? I'm hoping S. Moore let me know if she did ever get that shipment that I sent to. What's up, Silly Eagle? Good to see you. What's up, Tracy? All right, because there's so much stuff going on in my head, and I'll be honest with you guys. So Lady Grey, and I hate to spring this on everybody, but so Lady Grey was, she's been working, but she's been sick for about 8 to 10 days. Not feeling well, headaches, nausea, dizziness, not much of a fever, a little cough, a little congestion, but it's been like that for 8 to 10 days. And her boss, of course, tested positive for the Charlie Victor, who she spends pretty much 12 to 15 hours a day with, just recently. And I told her when she first got sick that she had the big O, just because of what I've seen in society and how things play out, and her interactions with certain people. I said, you got the big O. And she was like, no, I don't think so, blah, blah, blah. And then lo and behold, her she was at down in Hollywood, Florida at a hotel. They were kind of on a mini vacation, and she was with her boss. And they're in a hotel room for 4 days straight, and her boss tests positive. So what does that tell you? That she's had it. And prior to that, the children in the house also had fevers and stuff like that. And you know how it is with children. And they just kind of spread germs everywhere. So most likely, she's probably not going to get tested. She's one that she's like me. It's like, I'm just going to deal with it. And she's doing fine. She has her ups and downs. She's not like bedridden or anything like that. She's dealing with it as a cold. Roger that, Potato Head. It's gray late, or am I not in the right time zone for Gray Zone? B Walker, no, this is just a Tuesday open forum live stream. This Thursday will be the late night with Gray. bedroom manor, right on D14. So here's people have been asking me, are you worried? I said, well, I'm in the same room with her a lot. We live in the same household, and I don't have no symptoms, no signs, no nothing like that. So 3 of 1 things. 1, it may get me. Right on, Brian. 2, here's my thing when people ask me, because I feel like I've been exposed so much time to this whole situation. Is 1, I'm one of the 1% of the United States that's immune. Possibly, right? There's always that possibility. That would be awesome. 2nd, God has a different plan for me, and he doesn't want me to get sick. He needs me here on YouTube, and he needs me preaching and talking about preparedness to you folks. Or 3, it's what I consume and put in my body. As you guys see, I'm always drinking stuff like elderberry. I drink a lot of coffee, but I also drink elderberry, echinacea. I take vitamin D. I take zinc, the vitamin C's. I do all that stuff like that. Live somewhat of a clean eating lifestyle, and that could be it as well. I don't know, to be honest with you. But I appreciate that, Ann. What's up, Big Bear Prepper? Good to see you. And she hasn't lost any taste or smell or anything like that. It could be a cold, but being that she's in the same room and been around her boss and he tests positive, you know, I'm assuming they're all tested positive. You know what I mean? That her employees are from California, so you know they're all victored up. They're double victored. You know, they do all the things that Californians do. Not all Californians, but you know, they're from the city. So who knows? Seabass, and I agree. It's best to be prepared if you get it. Right on, Ann. I appreciate that. You know, all you guys got some great information. Funny, Harvey Black, I do that. I do drink bone broth and a lot of stuff throughout the day just because it's extremely nutritious. I appreciate that, Pure Blood, as well. Agreed, Christopher Alexander. That could be a good possibility. That would be awesome, KT. I can only hope so, right? You guys are hilarious. This is why I love doing live streams, because I'll be honest with you. What's up, Angry Wreck-It Ralph? Yeah, and that's my personal thing. I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm not going to I'm not going to do none of that. It's whatever, however life presents itself, whatever happens, happens. And if it's meant for me to be on this earth for the next 5 years or 100 years, I'm not saying, you know, not really 100 years, but that's the way it's supposed to play out. And I appreciate that, Christy. I do. Let me see here. Southern Sown and Grown, and that seems to be the consistency with that. And man, I should have been paying attention to chat, because I'm gonna have to reach out to S more personally. Magic, you know, it's funny you say that. It's me and my buddy were talking. Mark from Rolling Homestead up in Wisconsin. He says don't ever get tested, because then you won't get it, because the fact, you know, he's making the sense that it's on the swabs and all that stuff like that. I'm probably going to get slapped with this live stream here, but coffee first. It's funny you say that as well. I do eat a lot of grapes in general. I don't drink grape juice because it's loaded with sugar, but I do eat fresh fruits in the morning with breakfast. Let me see. And I'm just saying, stay survive, Mr. Gray. If you came across $1,000 that had to be spent, hold on, what is that? Mr. Gray, if you came across $1,000 that had to be spent on preparedness, what would you do with it? Honestly, stay survived. I'd buy more food and ways to store food. That's what I would, what's up, Shift Engineering? That's what I would spend $1,000 on, being that food is one of the most key essential items to survival. Food and water. I don't want to forget about water, ways to filter water, and so on and so forth. We've had these conversations for quite some time. But in regards to that, that's a good note, Duke. Appreciate that. What's up, Maverick Prepper? Good to see you. Exactly, Montana Sky. You guys have probably watched that one video that I watched too, that doc that talked about that whole swab stuff. And that's why I stay away from it. And I'm assuming that's why, and to each his own. I'm not knocking it. If you guys Some of you guys, have used it or what. That's your choice. I'm not trying to say it's a bad thing for you. We're Americans. We have the option to choose what we do. If you want to swab, don't want to swab. If you want this, you don't want that. It's up to you. You should have the freedom to do so and make those choices for you or your family. Right on, B. Walker. I watched your video, Airborne. I watched that. Oh, and before I get too far ahead, remember I told you guys last week, whenever I'm doing a live stream by myself, I'm going to find a small channel to shout out that I think that you guys might be interested in. And with these shout outs that I'm going to be doing, so I'm going to be one person each live stream that I do by myself. If I have a guest, of course, they're the priority in that live stream. But last week was Auslander, and because he kind of gave me the idea and gave me said, hey, just do this every once in a while. I think it'd be great for the smaller channels. Well, let me bring this up. The person I want to shout out this month just reached over 100 subs, and he is in chat. I know he's in chat. Let me find, I got a screenshot here. Let me see if I can locate that. I'm not as fast as Magic. I'll tell you that, folks. You can bounce around on these things quicker than I can. All right, so let me move this over here so you guys can see it when I bring up the screen share and knock that back down. So the person I want to share this evening, and whenever you guys go to a channel that I shout out, here's what I suggest you do. Take a look at the content. If you enjoy the content, subscribe. If you like their personality or something about them, awesome. If you don't, totally understandable. But basically, give them an opportunity, give them a chance, look at some of their content and that kind of stuff like that. These channels are getting into the whole YouTube stream of things, and they need a chance. And the algorithm, of course, is going to suppress them because of the type of content that they produce most of the time. But the first person is the second person that I want to shout out, or the person I'm shouting out tonight, is GreyMan Prepper. I know folks will be dropping his link down in the description part, or not in the description, but in the chat for you folks. But his name is GreyMan Prepper. Cool guy, good stuff in this issue. But as you see on the screen, he's doing a 100 subscriber giveaway, 100 troy gram or 3.2 ounce silver bar. So GreyMan is giving away silver, and you know how I'm a sucker for silver, so I'm going to be involved in this. But if you guys go and subscribe to GreyMan, tell him Gray sent you, so you know he knows where you came from. So GreyMan, this is to you. Hats off. We had great conversations, and don't worry, we're going to be on the Conversations of Quail here soon enough. So I appreciate that, GreyMan. Give him a chance. Check him out. All right. What else we got? What's up, Julie Cleary? How you doing? Oh, our tent life. You guys are so funny. Yeah, and I see there's a lot of, yeah, right, Kevin? You will be one of the special panel guests. Hey, let me know, GreyMan. Just make sure you schedule it with me so I can be there with you on that. I wouldn't mind being on your live stream with you. I always tell folks, reach out. I'm easily approachable. But I think that's awesome that he's giving away some silver. And you guys know I'm taking a page out of GreyMan's thing, because I'm going to be giving away 1 pound of silver just to up the ante, right? 1 pound of silver. But as of Yarn Prepper and some of the other folks that suggested, is I give 16 silver eagles away. So we'll have 16 winners when I hit 20,000 subs. I figure that's an enticement to share my channel out to other folks, because anybody who's involved will have an opportunity, or 16 folks will win a silver eagle. We're going to give 16 of them away, which will equal 1 pound of silver. So I think that's going to be fun. I think we're at like a little over 12,000, somewhere around there on subscribers currently. So not too far away. Who knows? It could happen overnight. A lot of the big channels out there, some of them are extremely supportive, and they'll be like, hey, go check out GreyMan. And that's what I'm trying to give back is, I've had a lot of people shout me out. So that's what I'm doing back. Like Auslander and GreyMan. And then, next time I'll pick someone randomly, people that I like. There's a lot of great people I like. So I do have a list that I'm working off of. What's up, AK Armani? Camo Patriot, good to see you. Thorhaven, good to see you as well. I would love a Silver Eagle. They're awesome. Agrees. Luckily for Yarn and a few folks in chat, I was just going to give a 1 pound brick away, and they were like, no, do 16 Silver Eagles. So we get 16 winners out of that. So stay tuned. When we get close to that 20,000 mark, I'll make more of a big thing about it. But since you folks are here, I'm giving you the opportunity to let you know it's coming. That being said, I forget to do this all the time. Let me run this banner down below, because we do have a special guest next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which will be Dr. Arthur T. Bradley. I've had him on the show a little less than not a year ago, but about, I don't know, 6 to 8 months ago. He is a world-renowned specialist in CME, coronal mass ejections, and electromagnetic pulse. He's also a New York bestseller, and he does work for NASA up there in Langley. He'll be back on the channel. We're going to discuss that kind of material. We're going to discuss his book. We're going to discuss preparedness. We're going to discuss all that kind of fun stuff like that. So stay tuned for that special guest on January 25th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or basically next Tuesday. Thanks you, Harvey Black, for that. Jennifer Cruz says, shout outs is how I got all my subs. LOL, the support in the prepping community is absolutely awesome. I agree. And thank you, Yarn, for that. You guys have always been very, very kind to me. Let me see here. What do we got going on, KT? I see you guys talking about something. So let me see. Have you heard of all the Germany? Let me see. Have you all heard that Germany didn't allow UK planes with military surplus? Ukraine to fly through the airspace, freaking a-holes. Yeah. So I'm assuming this is what you guys are talking about. I have things because, like I said, it's an open forum. You guys bring up topics. And I have things that I have an idea. Yes, Babasia, he will offer discounts for his products that he does sell in regards to EMP preparedness. If that helps answer your question there. What do you, let me see, you guys are probably talking about, matter of fact, let me just bring it up. Empress Kimberly coming in with the super chat. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate the support. Hey, GreyMan, silver question. YouTube coin auctions. Why are people bidding crazy for things? One went for $190 for a $25 item. I'm confused. Empress Kimberly, sometimes I get why people do stuff like that, but I would never get involved in stuff like that because 1 troy ounce is only going to be worth 1 troy ounce. People, maybe because they want to see it as a collectible, something that'll be worth value down the road. So that's probably why they're doing stuff like that. Just like you can buy a gold Bitcoin, a 1 ounce gold Bitcoin, and some people value that more than an actual. But in all actuality, no matter what, if it's a silver ounce, a gold ounce, the value basically is the silver. Now, some people are going to correct me and say, well, I have, a 1926, this coin or constitutional silver, and it has a face value of that. Yes, I understand that there is a value on rare coins and people who collect coins, as I do. But if everything went to crap, it would be worth the silver content inside of it. They wouldn't value it they wouldn't value it per the dollar note that it's saying it's worth. You know what I mean? Like, let's say I have a penny that's worth about $1,100. It's, no matter how I look at it, it's a copper penny. And if things went sideways, it would not be worth $1,100, but to a collector, it's worth $1,100. No, I understand, KT. You're fine. That's no, Mad, you can't say that. Karen. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, any type of metals, they're going to be it precious metals or metals in general, like your copper, your brass, and your lead. And the purring lady, you're exactly right. So I see a lot of you folks were talking about it. I keep on forgetting. I get lost in chat, and there goes my phone sometimes. But I'm assuming you guys are talking about this stuff here. Let me move this over and bring this up, because you guys seem to be talking a lot about Russia here. So we could talk about it if you guys want. In the article, it says White House warns Russia ready to launch an attack on the Ukraine at any point. It could happen right now. It could happen a week from now, or it could never happen. Who knows? We'll see how it plays out. Now, Russia did have a bad day on the stock market. If you pay attention to that, Russia's stocks tumbled heavily, as well as the U.S. stocks. Not heavily, but not as bad as Russia. But anyways, it says the White House warned that Russia could launch an attack on the Ukraine at any point. The U.S. has warned of severe consequences if Russia invades the former Soviet republic. No option is off the table, in our view, our favorite spokesperson, Psaki, said. The White House on Tuesday warned that the Russian invasion of the Ukraine could be imminent as top U.S. and European diplomats scramble to prevent a new conflict in Europe. So that goes to say, like I said, I have these articles prepared because I know some of you folks are going to be bringing some of these things up, and I figured I'd have them ready to show that I'm kind of like on point, right? That I have an idea what you guys are going to want to talk about. Dr. Bradley, sorry if my comments seem out of fact. They feed always behind me. Mead is my gold because it's golden. Right on, D14. What's up, Infrared Survival, East Tennessee Preparedness? I see some of you other folks. Yeah, and a lot of people talk about that, in regards to what to expect. Now, a lot of people, there's always you can see those thumbnails, and you guys know what I'm talking about when people discuss World War III. In my perspective, I don't know if it would be fought traditionally. Matter of fact, they just issued a whole for the Ukraine. There's a bunch of cyber attacks being the Ukraine's being hit by a bunch of cyber attacks right now, which we know who it is. That's just the way it plays out. But that's how I look at the warfare in the modern times. I can't say there'll be boots on the ground. Who knows? I'm not a military strategist or nothing like that. I have no idea what they're thinking in Washington if Russia says, you know what, this is the best thing for us to do, and they move forward with what they're doing. I don't know, to be honest with you, but it's something that we need to keep an eye on no matter how we look at it, being that it's way over there. But like I said in the past, and I say on a lot of times, that things always affect us no matter where they happen in the world. Yeah, Pony Girl, I do hope you feel good. Lady T Survival says, I feel more worthy is imminent between Taiwan and North Korea and China and the Ukraine and Russia. I feel like it's going to happen very soon. It could possibly well be. I'm pretty sure we are in World War III, and I think we're losing. Empress Kimberly, good point. A lot of people have brought that to my attention as well. They feel like we are in some sort of form of war right now, even within the U.S., with everything transpiring in our country. And I can feel your point on that, and I kind of agree in that sense, because it's like the people that are more on the conservative side of things are being attacked left and right. I don't know if you guys seen just recently, even I don't know if it's true or not. Some of you folks may, and I don't want to, really agitate anybody with this topic, but I don't know if you guys have seen as of lately, you have former President Donald Trump, and then you have Governor of Florida, now kind of bickering amongst each other. And I think that's what the Democrats want to see. I don't know how factual it is. I know one person said this on a news thing, another person said this on a news thing. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in 2024. But the purring lady, yeah, slow burn. It could, but if you, like I said, here's one thing is I refer to this on the Sunday Shift Report. If you watch Magic Prepper's video that he did earlier in the week, was it earlier in the week or the weekend, where he showed what happened in Kazakhstan and how fast that excelled. Within 5 to 7 days, all hell broke loose. So here in the U.S., we can consider it a slow burn, but things can excel quickly if there's the right, I guess, elements put together, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah, Seabass, and I agree. You always don't, you don't have to always agree. You know what I mean? That's what makes this country great, that we can have a conversation about a specific topic, even though someone may not agree with that topic or your viewpoint on the topic, but still have a civilized conversation and not get all nasty about it, Juliet, that could be a good possibility. And, someone harped on me this not too long ago about that, because I said, what's up, Diabetic Prepper? I said something about, if you look at the Great Depression and how we got out of the Great Depression was World War II. If the economy keeps on flowing the way it is, and everybody's feeling the crunch, war. And people say, well, how does war cost money? I'm like, no, war makes money. War makes money. And we can get it. We can do a whole live stream about why war makes money at the loss of lives. What's up, Color Drop? How you doing? Excuse me. I'm trying to catch up in chat because I probably missed a bunch of stuff. Let me back up a little bit. Seems to me it's 9 out of 10 now. Right, Kasar. I like that one. Good point. Kinetic is usually the last resort. Yeah, I'm assuming that too. To look at it in the aspect of if we're going to see a nuclear bombardment like that, to me, that's more further out there than just conventional warfare. Just because, just think about that. If we were to go all tactical nukes on the planet, pretty much it's a life-ending situation for a large portion of the population globally. And I'm assuming that most countries don't want to do that. Now, don't get me wrong. There's the crazies out there, like Kim Jong-un. Who knows? I have some other theories, but I'm saving them for Dr. Bradley because there's some other things that I ponder what could happen, because I fear things more like right, Christopher. I had to catch that first. Anyways, what was I going to say? There's so many other things that can put us into a SHTF scenario, from simple things, like, no, I don't want to say they're simple things, but, the loss of the grid, civil disturbances, food shortages, because think about that. Sorry. And whenever something catches my eye in chat, I look over. There's been food riots in the past, and it's happened in other countries. If we look at South Africa, not too long ago, the recent history, what transpired over there when food became a hot commodity and things were going really south. Purring Lady, yes. And I agree with you there 100%. Versus, I would say more of a EMP or a nuke that was exploded in the atmosphere, which would create an EMP, of course, versus something that's actually tactical and putting all the radiation into the world. Because think about it. You don't want to destroy the infrastructure of a company or infrastructure of a country. You want to save that so that you can pretty much, if you bring a country to its knees, then you can invade their shores and then kind of take over, right? Now, a lot of people are going to say, Grey, well, not here in the U.S. We're the most heavily armed country on the planet. And I agree. And that's why probably a lot of things happen in the way they do. But factor this in. If there was an EMP or grid down, everything went to crap, you have no more power, right? Think about the chaos that would ensue. Neighbors would turn on neighbors. States would turn on states. It would just be an onslaught. And who knows how the military would treat it? Would the military hold fast, or would they go to protect their family? Would they desert? Would they take off to go try to protect their family and help their family, or would they hold the line? And it's hard to tell at this point. If you would ask me that 10 years ago, I'd be like, hell yeah, we're not going nowhere. We're going to make sure that this threat is not going to happen. But with everything that's happened, and as I like to call it, the woke iteration of the military and what they're trying to do to our military, is kind of a scary fact. Now, don't quote me on that. I'm just saying that's just a possibility. Got to go, GreyMan, heading to Lauderdale tomorrow night. Have a good one, Airborne. The purring lady, I hear you. What's up, Autoimmune Prepper? Good to see you. I'm trying to buy a used chicken plucker. S-More, it's funny you say that. I was watching a YouTube video that someone made a homemade chicken plucker. It was pretty cool. Pretty intriguing how they did it. And Pure Blood, yes, it's fun. I want to touch on that Pure Blood. Bringer of Change, I think you are correct in that as well. I thought about that. So China is buying up farmland here in the U.S., which kind of blows me away. Do you think if an American company or us as a country wanted to buy land in China, physically buy land in China, do you think that they would let us? Does anybody know of anybody does anybody see us buying land in China? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm unaware of this, but we in this country are letting a communist regime buy farmland in this country. It's crazy. Let me see here. S-More, they are very expensive. Thank you for that color drop. What's up, Marbury? Good to see you. And yeah, I don't say his name very often, but yes, the guy, Microsoft guy, is definitely doing it as well. Right. Okay. So most of you seem to agree. And Kit Carlson, that's my point, is their land is contaminated. So that's why they have a lot of issues in growing crops over there. And that's why I think, if I recall correctly, they own, I'm going to probably get this number wrong, 60% of the world's grain now. I think they're hoarding grain. And I beg to ask this question: why? Sure, they want to feed their people, but I think there might be a more nefarious thing behind it. I don't know why my throat's itching me, but anyways, what's up, Garden Lady? Garden Lady says, I have to say that I went out today into the city for the first time in a long while, and the stores are barely filled. OMG, I didn't think this was really true, but it is. Yes, a lot of... and infrared, thank you, Infrared Survival, for kind of like backing me up on that. A lot of you folks are. If you're one of the elites. And where was it at? So a lot of people have been emailing me pictures of their stores of empty shelves. And of course, you guys know mainstream media has picked this up. Mainstream media has picked this up and are going crazy with it, with the empty shelves. Now, I want to be honest with you folks. So I talked to someone who works in a store about an hour north of me, and he said the news channel went to them to do a piece on why they don't have food in on their shelves. Here's what the media did. They do the same thing they do with hurricanes, where it looks like they're in a massive, severe storm, and they're not. Not to saying that this is not a problem. Don't get me wrong there. It is a problem. The food thing is real. But they took food off the shelves, moved food out of the camera view, and then did their spiel on food shortages to make it seem a lot worse, to push that fear, to get the folks that are unprepared to go start panic buying and exacerbate the situation, which is, of course, going to make it a lot worse. Yeah, I was shocked when I heard that too. Yes, they took the food down. They literally moved it to the side. He's a general manager of this place, and he was like, "What are you guys doing?" He says, and I forgot what reason they gave him, but they moved food to make the shelf more bare, or pretty much nothing on it, and then did the piece on the food shortage. Which, like I said, then it freaks people out. I was in the store just recently the other day, and I saw toilet paper slowly starting to dwindle down. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I've been prepared for quite some time. I don't need to buy it. Hey, JM, good to see you. How you been? I've been wondering about you. And thank you so much for the super chat. Truly appreciate that support. The Boston Bohemian series by Bobby Eckhart is a plausible scenario book series. The wizards behind the curtain setting up various events makes one think. I agree, JM. There's always some weird stuff going on behind the scenes. Empress Kimberly says it's all on purpose. They are working together. I agree 100%, folks. It's always some sort of thing. Just imagine the information that we have at our disposal, be it a content creator like myself and others, or things that you may think that we know. There's so much more that we don't. And that's the scary side of things, is what we don't know. We can only see so much. But to me, honestly, there's always a plan and something's going on with it. What's up, Charlie? Good to see you. Little Miss Prepper, that's their goal, is to get people to panic buy. Maybe in their mind, they think this is going to help the economy by everybody spending every last red cent they have on food, because they're freaking out. Seabass, you're absolutely right. We will get blamed. Funny enough, I did watch one news channel state that it wasn't hoarding this time. It was panic buying. So they actually differentiated between the two. I forget which news channel that was. But You ever watch those TV shows where you see someone with like 25 screens and they're trying to watch every single channel? That's me. That's me. I'm trying to see what every single channel is doing to kind of get a comparison of what they're presenting to the general public so I can draw a conclusion from that. Bizarrizza, that could be a possibility. I touched on something like that. Remember when the God, I can't think of the name of the volcano that was erupting over there for quite some time, and there was some weird, the way they had it looked weird, but it could be. You never know, man. Northern Girl, I didn't even see you in there, but good night. And Empress Kimberly, as they say, don't ever let a good crisis go to waste. I'm sure you folks have heard that term. Don't ever let a good crisis go to waste. Because here's my question. You have people like the guy that runs Microsoft, or not anymore, but you know who I'm talking about. Then you have Fauci and those folks, and they're all saying that we are possibly approaching, as they're calling it, the endemic. So if this thing is starting to transition out, what's next? What's on the horizon? What do they got planned? Is it the whole Russia-Ukraine thing? Is it the whole China and Taiwan thing? Is it North and South Korea? Is that all going to culminate into something else? It's very hard to tell what these folks have up their sleeves. What's up, Blue Ridge Prepper? Good to see you. Hey, Hawkeye, how you doing tonight? And Montana Sky, yeah, Saul Alinsky. That's a good one. I like that one. I'm just taking a jab, just more jabs, right? And exactly, Infrared Survival. And Christy, see, and that's what I love about this community is a lot of us are on the same page. A lot of us have the same thought patterns and the same idea of what possibly is coming down the road. And Garden Lady, it's funny you say that. Funny you say that. Let's bring that up real quick. Funny you say that. 5G. 5G. Have you guys seen what's been going on with the 5G as of today? It is being rolled out. I have an article. Don't I always, right? This is it says 5G and Airlines, ANA and JL ground US flights as a disruption looms. Verizon and AT&T agree to delay the service launch near key airports. It says Japanese carriers All Nippon Airway and Japan Airlines canceled some flights to and from the US this week out of fears the rollout of 5G service by American telecoms could interfere with flight operations. ANA canceled 10 flights connecting Tokyo with Los Angeles and New York, scheduled to depart Tuesday through Thursday, affecting roughly 650 passengers. It also called off 10 cargo flights. And from my understanding, you know, I thought they said all this was supposed to be safe. But anyways, I saw that today and I figured if anybody mentioned 5G, I'd bring this up. But what's going on? How does it affect the airlines? How does it affect flight control? I want more information about this scenario, but very curious about that. A lot of you guys have been talking about 5G for quite some time. Whoops, didn't mean to do that one. Lost myself for a second. There we go. Keep it going, Gray. And Karen, yes, I saw that article where FedEx is looking to get anti-missile tech on planes. Now, I don't know if that's specifically for the U.S. or if it's abroad. I'm assuming it's more for abroad. I don't know if you guys knew that our embassy was firing a CRAM because they had some missiles inbound in Baghdad. I don't know if you guys saw that video or not. I don't know if anybody's talked about it, but there were some things going on in Baghdad just the other day over the weekend. Julie F., most likely. Susan Peters, good to see you. And like I said, we don't know 100% what it's going to do. We can speculate, but there's a lot of papers, research papers, and other things that dive into the whole 5G theories and speculation of what may happen. I appreciate that, Harvey. There's not even LTE here in rural. The purring lady, I guess you're in a good spot then. That's a plus. That is a plus. Let me see. B. Walker says Congressman Matt Gaetz canceled his membership to the Capitol Hill Club today. Must provide papers. Capitol Hill of the United States of America. So wrong. It's funny you say that. Even in the Supreme Court, I forget what's her name. That liberal judge, she refuses to do something because the other judge won't wear a mask. The line is drawn, folks. The line is drawn no matter where you look at it. And JM, now that you speak, I love it. Do you guys remember Aaron Brockovich? Did you guys watch that documentary kind of movie with the power lines and stuff like that, and how it affected people? And it was just paid. It was hush hush. People were getting sick. So that goes to show you, folks, that they do things without regards to folks' health. So, like I said, there's always that possibility. It was a great movie. It shed light on that situation. And things usually, here's the problem with things. Things that you don't see what happens until years down the road after people have gotten, sick from something like that. I'm trying to see what you guys are saying here. No problem, JRC. Understandable. I haven't got arthritis yet. Sometimes I think I do. I'm trying to see what you guys are. A question I have wondered, how can a 150-foot cell phone tower affect a plane 30,000 feet? Just imagine people on the ground at GreyMan Prepper. Yeah, I agree. What is Brian Keith coming in? When 5G gets fully activated, all the people will turn and be controlled. You never know, Brian. Tinfoil hats, that might be the new fad. Better safe than sorry, right? We'll all be wearing tinfoil hats. The anti-5G hats. Coffee First, and I've heard a lot about that movie, and I've heard it's a propaganda type of film. In regards to it, Red BNL, I agree. We probably won't see things until years down the road. I agree with that. Brian, how I gotta, beat around the bush sometimes. I can't really say things on the platform sometimes. Man, we got 147 thumbs up and 212 watching. That's awesome. I just noticed that. Thank you guys for being here. Truly appreciate that. And like I said, we're just kind of chatting it up in regards to this forum. I just wanted to see what you guys wanted to talk about. What was that? I just saw something about a pink hat. Old people with pacemakers will dance. I want a pink hat, though. Oh, that's funny. My mic. Oh, man. Let me see. Roger that, Karen. I got what you're saying. I appreciate that, Christopher. Sometimes just coming off the cuff and having a conversation with you, the viewers, is cool. Like I just did speaking of which, I want to address this real quick. So I did a review on these radios here, right? I don't know if any of you guys have seen the review that I did on these radios. I used my daughter as the in the video, as I needed help doing the review, and little Miss Gray helped me out with the review. So I did a review on these comms, and most people don't like review videos, even though across YouTube there's a huge that's all people do is reviews. But I'm gonna apologize in advance. Thank you, JT. I'm gonna apologize in a minute. I have a crap ton of reviews to do, so there's gonna be a lot of reviews over the next couple of weeks coming out on my channel. So if you can, if you watch a little bit of it, check it out. It might be useful to you. Who knows? I don't know. I got a lot of different types of products to review. The companies been asking me like, "Hey, did you get it done yet?" And I'm like, "I'm working on it," because they want it, they want it out there quick. Pony Girl, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Elaine Morris, thank you. I really had a good time doing it, involving my daughter in the review. I thought it was kind of cool, and she enjoyed doing it. And she did a great job on, on communications etiquette, on two-way etiquette. She did pretty good. Let me see. Aaron Q says, what is your cordless power tool platform as your go-to? Do you mean like my drills, like the Makitas or the DeWalts? I got Makita and DeWalt for cordless tools or battery powered. Montana Sky, I have not. Thank you, Little Miss Prepper. I appreciate that. KT, I have not. I'm electronic sensitive. Doctors hooked me up to cables and such. After years of migraines, finally figured out my activity spiked in each different electronic item. That was interesting. That's an interesting fact, JM. Take them to JB for sure. Thank you, Angela. My wife was she was ecstatic. She was very happy that we're spending time and doing these things together. Yeah, I know, Pony Girl. She was. I was in the wind. She was lucky. She was in a spot and a location that I put her in, or well, I call it base. And I was out in the wind because it was windy. It was like 20-mile-an-hour winds out there on the trail that day. That's awesome, Smiling Wolf. Yes, Kit Carlson. And that's the whole thing is, if you're going to, let's say you're going to buy some sort of radios for yourself out there, you know what I mean? It's good to look at reviews. And in that video, I said there's people that go deeper into the radios than I do because I'm no specialist. I'm not a comms expert. But these folks are letting me try their product out. And I wanted to see how far it reached. But that's why I had the Midlands as a backup, just to see what worked in that area. So you guys can kind of see how far I got with these walkie-talkies. Now, I give them credit. They're very well built. And they worked for, like I said, I gave reasons why I think if someone wants to buy them, what purpose they would be good for. Charlie, that would be awesome, brother. That would be awesome. Yeah, there you go. Comrade Radio Prepper. He probably knows way better about comms than I could ever elaborate on. But, you know, if the company sends me something, I'm going to do the best review I can with the knowledge that I have in regards to the product they are giving me. Julie F., I definitely will look into that. I appreciate that, Tina. No problem, Smiling Wolf. And Karen, you did hear about Baghdad? I had video and I was going to show it. And then I forget to add things sometimes in my videos. Bizza Rizza Jizza says, always enjoy your lives, Gray, and the people in the chat here. Stay humble and be good, bro. I'm out. Take care, Bizza. And I love your stories, man. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Really enjoy them. Exactly, Christopher. Contact me on that, Gray Man. On what, Nomad? And Stay Survived. I do like GMRS. People always ask me, I do have Biofangs. I have the UV5R. I have a UV8 and whatnot. They're a little bit, you need to be a little bit more tech savvy for the Biofangs. It is a prepper staple. You've probably been hearing about these things for years and years and years if you've been in the prepper verse for that long, because they can do a lot, but you need to learn how to program them, how to use them. You need to educate yourself in that. And currently in this world today, you need to get your amateur radio license to operate them, to transmit. You can listen for free. You don't have to worry about getting your license, but if you want to transmit, you're going to have to get your license, which is only about $15-25 depending on where you get it. Thank you, Julie. Right on, Seabass. McBean Scottish Fitness. I have the Biofangs and others. And I'll be honest with you, when it comes to comms, if you have the finances to do so over, let's say over a period of time, have a variety. Matter of fact, I think Canadian Prepper did a whole video on this several months back, but have some FRS, have some GMRS, have some ham radios, have some CB radios, have a multitude of different types of radios, because some are going to be there. Some are better suited for certain situations than others. They all have their pros and cons. And like I said, the CB that I got is a single sideband CB, just because I can access more information. So do your research when it comes to buying any type of communication software. And that's where I find reviews can be helpful before you waste your money on that. Let these companies send us people in these communities, these preparedness communities that we do reviews. They're sending it to us for free. So let us kind of break it down a little bit and give you at least a little bit of information on products like this. So before you go out and spend your money on it, because it might not be the product for you. So I rather, save you guys time and headaches before you go out and waste money on something that may not be beneficial to you. Right on, Chris. And Mick Bean, exactly. That's what I've been doing too. I've been prepping probably for way over a decade now, and I have a lot of stuff to the point where I need to get my life together in the aspect of it. I need to get a little bit more organized. I'm pretty organized, but there's some stuff now with all these companies sending me stuff. I guess they like the way I present material. I need to catch up on all these reviews, but I'm trying to make room for all my other stuff because I have preparedness gear everywhere around this office right now. If I just could pan the camera, you'd probably be like, what the heck's going on, Gray? And yes, Comrade, that is a great program to use for the biofangs. Chirp is awesome. I like that. It's super, it makes things super easy. And you can, and the radios, these Redivis, you can program them. It's just a little bit more difficult than I expected to be. I've been playing with it so far and trying to analyze what I think about the programming aspect of the Redivis. That's awesome, Nomad. Oki Khan, that is a great radio too. There's God, I forget the guy's name that I follow. He did a review on that. But some radios that I like are $200 or $300 handsets, and they're not cheap. Miniman 69, and that's what good point that you say that, because like some radios may make great use of around the farm, in a small community. Other radios will be better on the road. Some other radios may be more beneficial, in a shift scenario, to communicate long distances. Do I think 5G will interfere with hand radios? I haven't noticed anything yet. I haven't been close enough probably to a 5G tower, but it could be a possibility. And I'm pretty sure we'll find out eventually. If I do find out information, if it would interfere with radio signals or whatnot, I'll let you guys know as soon as I have concrete evidence, because I don't want to tell you something that's false, you know what I mean? Or that has holes in it. So I'd rather kind of do my research and dig into that first to see if it's going to affect any type of communications, and then get back to you on that when I have some more concrete material to share with you folks. Let me see. Mike, I have no idea what you're talking about. Selling swim shorts in Canada. Oh, man. No, I agree. I see Pastor McQuaddy and Minutemen are having a comment or conversation about EMP protection. And like I said, if you guys want some really knowledgeable EMP advice from someone who specializes in this type of scenario, Dr. Bradley, next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, be here, because he'll be here to answer your questions as well as mine. If you were with me at that time when I did the review, when I had him on the channel about 8 months ago or so, we went over a lot of very great information. Sorry, I'm just kind of like, my cell phone does interfere with my biofangs if I'm using both at the same time. Interesting. What good will your radio do after EMP? Nobody will hear you. Well, Mike Styles, that could be a possibility if you don't have your radios protected. That's why you want to have more than one set. And then you want to, there's ways of EMP protection. There is. But make sure you do your research before you waste your money on certain products out there, because certain products don't work as well as others. Dr. Bradley has done extensive tests on a lot of different products, as well as his own that he's developed to protect from EMP. And when we hear EMP, a lot of us think that it'll engulf the entire planet, which it could, depending on where it comes from and how it's done. But there's more science behind that. I'm not a specialist, so I can't get into it. But in my eyes, no matter what you do, is be prepared to be, I guess, calmless if that's what happens. If it does affect every piece of electronic on this planet and all communications goes down, have a plan, at least within your immediate group or people that you are preparing with, And Billy, I agree with you, man. Especially where cell phone service sucks, my radios come in handy. I have 2 different types of radios on me in my vehicle at all times. That goes to show how I think of things. Yeah, JM, that was a good show. Good night, you all. Pinball is live. Hope you all. All right, WFR, it's 1 hour. Okay. Pure Blood, the garden is doing well. I'm cleaning and moving, and I'll be doing an update on the garden here soon. That being said, let me shut this down, move over here, because I know a lot of you folks like to hop over there to his stream. And exactly, Seabass. And that they are, Minuteman. They are pretty affordable. I appreciate that, Infrared, but I don't I will never ever say anything negative about anyone. That's just not my style. In regards to anyone, if I like someone, don't like someone, or anything like that, or whatever the case may be, everybody has a purpose, and it's all depending on you, the viewer, if you want to watch specific types of content. There's things that people watch outside of the prepperverse that blow my mind, but I'll never really, I guess, say anything negative. You know what I mean? I like to be a positive person, and I feel like positivity is key to a good life. Empress Kimberly, I'm going to have a discussion about that here soon, and I'll explain down the road in that video. Mike, I have no idea, man. I have no idea. I appreciate that, his sweetie. I do appreciate that. I'm doing all right, Green Thumb. B Walker, no. He has a channel. He has a preparedness channel. That's hilarious. I've watched that as well, Christopher. There's a lot of great channels out there, and like I said, that's why it depends on what you're looking to gather. If you're looking for information, if you're looking for reviews, if you're looking, it depends on what you're looking for. Every channel has its benefits, What's up, Kevin? From Rhode Island. I appreciate that, JRC. I'm about to wrap this up, folks. Usually I like to keep the live streams about an hour. YouTube, because some people who watch the replay don't have, once it goes over an hour, it just gets a little bit redundant. And I think we've talked about a lot of good things this evening and touched on a lot of different things on this open forum. So I had a good time, to be honest with you. And like I said, prayers to everybody out there who's going through things right now. I'll keep you updated on Lady Grey if anything transpires with her as well, or if myself, if I get any type of symptoms, I will let you guys know as well. Thank you, Van City. Right on, Jennifer Cruz. Thank you, Marbury. I'll take a look at that here right after the stream. Smiling Wolf, that is a good idea. Thank you, Dr. Eric. Appreciate that. Take it easy, 3 dogs. Good night, Texas T. And thank you, Jennifer. All right, folks, that does wrap it up for the live stream tonight. I forget what I got in the queue. I appreciate that. Appreciate every single one of you guys for that. And like I said, if you get a chance and you get bored and you can have nothing to watch on YouTube, check some of my other content out there. There's a lot of stuff I have on the channel, all different kinds of topics and stuff like that. Don't forget to check out Fat Man Prepper. He is giving away silver, and who doesn't like a giveaway? You know what I mean? I appreciate that, KT. Other than that, I want to say thank you to all the mods out there. You guys do an awesome job. Truly appreciate every single one of you guys that do help out with the channel, keeping it family friendly, dropping links and all the things you do. You guys are awesome. And you, the viewers, truly appreciate you guys as well for being here and spending this hour with me and hanging out with me and having this discussion. So other than that, I want to say God bless to every single one of you folks. Stay safe out there. Hope everyone is doing well. This is GreyMan. I'm out. I'll see you guys on the rebound.